I hope it's working now. Can we have some kind of confirmation from the chat if it is indeed working? Okay, I'm pretty sure it is working. So again, welcome to the stream, or rather to the broadcast, I should say, since a bunch of people might be watching this on YouTube. Um, it's Monday. We're playing Modern in a minute. Let's see, where's my chat window? And we're waiting a little bit because the host disconnected. Had a disconnect, I should say. He didn't do it on purpose. So it's gonna be a few minutes here, I think. Uh, I mean, it might be longer than that, who knows, but usually it doesn't take him that long. But if there's a technical issue, and I made some changes to the deck for the first time in, I don't know, at least weeks, maybe even months. So I added a Crucible Worlds and Spellskite, Crucible in the main and Spellskite in the sideboard. Um, yeah, I don't know what to say. I cut the Aetherize from the main. I cut the Soul Imps from the main. I added Sundering Titan to the main and Crucible and something else I must have done, right? Yeah, Fabricate here. Fabricate and Treasure Mage. I like this, so you can gift into Treasure Mage, Fabricate, and so you don't give up like your Mindslaver. If you gift into Mindslaver and you put it into graveyard, and he has a Scavenging Ooze, for instance, that's the most likely thing to have for him, then you're just hurting. And when you get Treasure Mage Fabricate, I mean, we only have two things, but you can get like Treasure Mage Fabricate, Thirst for Knowledge, and then our gifts, for instance, right? And it's just pure value, and I think oftentimes I will give you Fabricate or Treasure Mage. Most likely the Fabricate because they respect it less than the Treasure Mage. And then you just can. It's a little bit expensive. It only makes a lot of sense in the last few turns before you win, I guess, when you really have like 15 mana or something around that, so that you can fabricate, play Mindslaver, activate Mindslaver, and have a contra up, something like that. Because otherwise it's just really slow to gifts into a tutor, then play, then activate. You know, this could take like 4 turns if you don't have like 10 mana. But you have to realize that these are Fabricate and Treasure Mage are good cards if you draw them, right? This is not the case with Crucible Noxious Survival as much. These cards are very much designer out gifts ungiven. Sometimes Noxious Survival has been good, like against Reanimator. When they try to reanimate their Iona, you just put it on top of a library. Or you can, you know, get a top deck back, like Expedition Map, or if they destroyed one of your Tron lands, but usually you kind of play this in to combo kind of with Gifts Ungiven, right? And I played I think like 6 or 7 matches, all in the tournament practice room though, and I pretty much won all of them. I think I lost once, but to be honest, like half of them were tier 2 decks. Um, like I played against a Junt deck. I don't even know what it was trying to do. I just rolled over it, and Junt is very weak to this list. I have a feeling. And I played against some other decks, which I even forgot. I played against Twin basically and Junk, and I think that's basically the tier 1 decks I played against. I think I played against one Scapeshift God. I'm not sure anymore. But yeah, it's been doing okay for me so far. I haven't seen the splash guide even once because I only voted it in once and then I didn't draw it. But I saw the Crucible a bunch of times. I'm trying to remember what I cut from the sideboard. Oh, I cut a Snapcaster, right? Yeah, I cut a Snapcaster. Why is this so small? I cut a Snapcaster from the sideboard for the Spells Guide. No, never mind. I cut the Titan. Well, I moved the Titan from the sideboard to the main, and that's where the slot opened up. No, that's where the slot for the Aetherize opened up, right? So I did cut Sunring Titan and Snapcaster from the sideboard. And part of the reason I did that is Snapcaster is just such a flexible spot. It doesn't. Snapcaster is not like a card which you bring in against a certain deck to um, to make a matchup better. Like I can't name a single deck where I would say, oh well, that's a deck where I want to board in Snapcaster. Snapcaster is just great in the late when you have like 3 or 4 blue sources because it's just value. You get a jump blocker plus a spell you really need at the moment. I mean, I don't have to explain to you why Snapcaster is good, but I think it's kind of also a wasted sideboard slot. You want your sideboard slots to be specific answers to stupid matchups. Like look at Bottle Gnomes, right? It's good against Burn. It's very specific against that, but it's pretty good against that. Then we have Jester's Cap, very specific against combo, very good against combo. And the list goes on. All of these are very, very specific. I don't want to have a card like Snapcaster, which I have to think every single matchup. Do I want to board this in because it's just value? And the answer is what I found. What I've found is that I have problems with this list boarding out stuff because everything seems to be part of a core now. I mean, this column here, except for a Snapcaster, let's get rid of the Snapcaster. This column here, these 12 cards, are pretty much what I would consider the core of the whole thing. You can't move around these cards. You can cut repeal if your opponent is playing like Scapeshift, but usually you don't want to move any of these 12 cards. So the same applies for the Thirst, right? Let's see. Pretty much for all of these, I mean, you could cut Silent Arbiter, Snapcaster, Crucible. I guess you have 3 cards here which are somewhat cuttable or removable. And then there's only threats left, and with 6 threats, which is not that many, it's right around normal. You don't want to be cutting threats that much. You can cut 1 or 2 at the most, but then you're down to 4 threats, and if you want to gift into 4 threats, then you're already losing 2. So yeah, but I know this, but I still wanted to get them. So we're gonna get started here. We're playing against Pulskas. This seems like a good hand. Right amount of lands, right amount of spells. 2 tutorings effects, so we can get Tron very easily. This is unfortunate. We get to face off against Burn, and he does win the die roll, and he does have Monastery Switch for turn 1. And our hand does not look that great against it. But I like that we have to play Tron, not Tron, Burn, because I wanted to see how good Spellsky is. But I think we might lose here just because he won the die roll, basically. I think if well, game 1 is probably lost at this point. Interesting. Is there a single thing we could argue about condescending? No, I think we go for the uh, unlikely Wonka Engine, Battle Skull, or Platinum Angel turn 4 if we draw. We have 4 draws, which are making this play really good. And as I said, there's just nothing we would condescend. Literally nothing. I guess the second Eidolon is literally the only thing we would condescend. Pretty sure I always yielded to that. What am I doing here? We basically have to hit stuff next turn, right? Yeah, I think we're dead. I kind of have to fabricate here into Platinum Angel. When I take 2 damage, I go to 7. He's gonna cast 1 spell, we go to 4, and he attacks with everything, so I'm pretty sure we're dead. Yeah, I don't think we can fabricate. I think we have to hope he doesn't have good spells, that we survive one more turn and that we draw into our Platinum Angel. Yeah, if I had fabricated, I would be dead, right? Well, I am dead anyway. So insane, insane draw for him, or insane start, and then he won with die roll. So there's nothing there to be done. Let's see though. We like Chalice, we like Wonka Engine, Bottle Gnomes, Spells Guide, Negates. All of these seem okay. What seems bad? Well, Remand for one. Remand seems pretty bad. Noxious Revival probably. Crucible probably. It's just too slow and doesn't do anything. Um, Sunring Titan, yeah. So that's 6 already, so we can at least get V6 and then think about what else might make sense. I guess Etherise could be playable. Dismember could be playable. But I think it's gonna stay with V6 going in for V6. We could also board out something like Expedition Map. I like Rift. To some degree, I like O-Stone. I think they are better than any of these. I mean, Pithing Needle is useless. I don't see Squelch. I mean, Grim Lavamancer is the only thing that comes to mind, or Fetchland, but still. Yeah, and Etherize, their threats are so cheap, they can just replay them and have haste and stuff, and Dismember only good against Eidolon, right? I guess Dismember is actually okay, because let's see, if he plays a Swift Spear, it's gonna do more than 4 damage. So I think Dismember is okay, we just have to find something to board out. And it's probably gonna be Oblivion Stone, because I don't think I want to spend that much mana. Or you're gonna be able to spend that much mana. Maybe Expedition Map. Or Silent Arbiter, but it's a big blocker, I like that. He blocks for days, and yeah. Just a map or Eugene. Eugene doesn't seem that good. Yeah, Eugene doesn't seem that good. So we could come to a very abrupt end here. Uh, this hand has the potential to be crazy good. Crazy good. This could be a turn 3 Better Skull or Worm Engine or Platinum Angel. And on top of that, Spellburst Lock. We do get Catamarans too. I would like to not Spellburst here, but I think we're gonna have to Spellburst something. Well, at least the Goblin is doing some work. If he has Eidolon, I think we have to do this, just buy some time. Because next time we want it first. Well, maybe now we want to repeal. I think we want it first, actually. Because we have things we can discard, like the tower. Wow. And it has to be. I think it has to be Tower Academy because I really want to have a second blue source. I don't think Academy is gonna matter as much against them. Question is, do I repeal here? I think I do. Just for mana efficiency. Next turn we absolutely want to condescend his Skullcrack or his the green-red command so we can gain life, and if we gain 6 life here we probably win the game. He has 5 cards in his hand, but he cannot raise this. He needs to remove this right away. So this condescend is really important. And like 2 turns from now we're gonna Treasure Mage Platinum Angel. And yeah, that seems pretty good. Or, Treasure Mage into another one kind. I could have played this mine and Treasure Mage into another threat, but I'd rather be able to condescend here. Condescend is so important if he has a Skullcrack. Or that card. So this is basically stopping 8 damage from happening. Well, this doesn't matter since we're gonna play Treasure Mage here. I still get Angel though, right? Since we already have one life linker. Just to be sure. Yeah. I think doubling down on the life link doesn't make a lot of sense. It probably doesn't even matter. I mean, we're in a good position now. But I feel safer having this. I guess Mindslayer would have been a very, very good choice too. Interesting. Wow, I don't have another contour. That's unfortunate. Well, he's not going to give us these two, so whatever we're getting should be amazing. I like Better Skull, actually. What do you think is the better play? Play Angel or play Chalice on 1 and Better Skull? If he has removal for this, we die next turn if we play Angel. If he has Smash the Smithereens, he just attacks and burns us once and then we die. So I think Chalice on 1 plus Better Skull is the better option. No, because Chalice on 1 stops a bunch of his spells. Even if he has removal, it's unlikely he can't burn us that much if he can't cast his lightning bolts. I actually think I want this pact because, as you saw, we wanted to gift into free contours and we couldn't because Spellburst was already gone. Actually, I think this pact shouldn't be a pact. No, I think the deck is the way it has to be. I don't think you can board pact against burn. It's just too slow. But I really want to have another contour. This could be great. This could be really great. If he doesn't play creature turn 1, of course he plays creature turn 1. If he played a spell, this Chalice would have been really amazing. But as I said before, this matchup is really dependent on his if he wins the die roll. and what his first few turns look like. So if he plays two creatures the first few turns, it's gonna be really tough, as you can see, because they're just hitting me for like, this has already done 4 and this has already done 3 damage, and they're gonna continue hitting me. And I got a little bit unlucky with my draws. Didn't get a single creature from a goblin guide. Not a single land from a goblin guide. Bottom is pretty good here, especially since he's stuck on 1 land and he can't cast spells. And bottom can just block and be sacked. Well, we're already at 6, so I think rather than playing Waddle Gnomes, I want to repeal one of his dudes. I want to do it right now, so I maybe hit my land drop. Which one though? Well, this is doing more damage right now. But this is opening up stuff. Wow, these land drops, bro. Playing 25 lands. Finally. Oh, we're no, no, mind. I would like to repeal this, but I think we have to play Ball Gnomes now. Probably should have played Border Gnomes in the last turn. But I was just thinking, if I repeal and I draw an island, I can repeal the other guy too, and that would be blowout. But we're not lucky with the draws there. Oh wow. Do I fabricate here into Better Skull? Or do I keep Condescend open? I think I keep Condescend open. Because if he has a land drop and he has to remove of this, it's looking very bad. We have 6 mana next turn for Wurmka Engine. So it literally doesn't make a difference if we play Better Skull or Wurmka Engine. Yeah, I like Condescend. Or Negate, I guess. We have to protect this Chalice. Yeah, I don't care about this 1 damage. I care way more about having a blocker if he manages somehow to put a creature down. And a Rift Bolt. I kinda wish now I had Fabricated. Because I want to counter this Rift Bolt. If I had a land in hand, I would get Platinum Angel here, but I'm gonna get Better Skull. Because if we draw a land, that means we have Better Skull plus Negate open, which seems very good. And I'm gonna counter this Rift Bolt. Because we get to scry and see, yeah, okay, we want to have this, and this can go to bottom. So next turn we play Better Skull, and we have Negate open. Seems pretty good to me. We're just so lucky stuck on 1 mana. I did not expect this, but obviously this Chalice. But look, his hand was still amazing, because... No, hang on. Because his Swift Spear into Goblin Guide got us down to 4 life, right? We had a decent hand ourselves. I mean, we had an amazing hand ourselves. I guess we can start hitting now. If he had a second land drop, he would have definitely won, because I assume he had this Eidolon in his starting hand. I don't think he keeps a one lander. Well, maybe, because as I said, he had Swift Spear Goblin Guide, which is pretty crazy opening. If he does draw another land, by the way, I'm really looking forward to the new artwork. And Tempest Remastered Borderlands is gonna have a new artwork. I'm trying to remember what it looks like. Oh, this has Vigilance. I should have attacked with both. So we have a negate. We might as well cost something. Actually, I guess there's no reason why we can't cast Wonk Engine. Yeah, I feel for him. Look at his hand. I feel for him. Uh, but that's magic. Sometimes you have a stupid hand like that. So let's see. Oh, I just remembered. I probably forgot setting up the overlay properly. Yeah, never mind. The overlays, of course, completely wrong still. So we win 2-1. Very close games, but um, yeah, we win first round 2-1 against Burn. Close games, kind of unfortunate for him, but we had Vachelas on 1 anyway. So, hey, Drinkard. There's one more game going on, so we're gonna watch that. And it's Goblins versus Blue White Red Control. No, it's not Goblins, right? It's just a weird kind of burn. Okay, I don't know what this deck. I guess this is budget burn or something. But I think you don't want to play Bushwhacker if you are not, all in goblins. So Ben must have bought this deck uh, very recently because he just told me like a week ago that he only had fairies, and now he has blue, white, red. Hopefully he wins and we get to play against him because it's a decent matchup. And Core Firewalker is amazing. He probably wins just because of Core Firewalker. His opponent has a few ways to play through this. Six cards out of eight. Okay, let's see. One, two, three, four, five, I suppose. Six? Are those the six? I think that's the six. I think the only thing that's not mind-blowing is Mountain, Rift Bolt, Lightning Bolt. Everything else is pretty mind-blowing, right? So there's 6 out of 9 is what I'm counting. Maybe there was one less card. Maybe it wasn't Rift Bolt, I'm not sure when you were talking about it. So he has 2 Core Firewalkers. I'm pretty sure he's winning here. Oh, Desperate Ritual. Let's see what he's gonna. With his, he has 8 mana. He's gonna Desperate Ritual. I mean, it would be amazing if he has like a really great 9 drop, 10 drop, and he's just gonna ramp into that now, or I guess, yeah. Or if he's gonna use the Splice onto Arcane. Oh, Grape Shot. The value Grape Shot for 2. What the hell is this deck? Well, I thought I'd seen it. Grape Shot for 2, and I thought that was pretty crazy. But now we see empty the runs for free. So I guess the Goblin Bushwhacker makes sense now that he has goblins. But yeah, you're still not winning against the Firewalkers, and now your hand is empty. And this wasn't game 3 though. I would say this was game 2 since he had Firewalkers out, and both are not main board. So we're gonna have to wait a minute because we're sideboarding. But I think we would be fine against either of these. If the red player wins, we probably do okay. We have a bunch of amazing stuff. We have Etherize, we have Silent Arbiter. And, Counter to just stop him from comboing. We probably have a sideboard bug here. I won't be able to watch it. Come on. Hmm. Well, it's only been 2 minutes, so maybe they're still boarding, and I'm just impatient. I'm gonna wait a few more minutes. If it doesn't work, I'm just gonna put up the deck. So I I did buy Spellskite, and a lot of people have said, well, Spellskite is expensive. True, Spellskite is expensive, but I didn't actually pay any money. I sold some old cards. I basically sold my playset Serum Visions because I don't play it right now. I used to play it in Jeskai Ascendancy, and that's just not a deck anymore. And I think Serum Visions is gonna drop if it sees a reprint in Modern Masters, which it probably does. And so I sold my Serum Visions, that's a bunch of money. I sold one Remand for the same reason. I don't play it right now. I play only 3 Remands, and I don't think that's gonna change. And I think the Remand is gonna see a drop and a reprint. Um, and I also sold 2 Dismembers. Again, probably sees a reprint. I don't play it right now. So all of these 3 cards were good cards to sell, and I made like 30 tickets off of it, or even more. And I just so I bought the Crucible. Okay, we actually don't have a sideboard bug. They were just still sideboarding. And he has a Curse of a Pierce Shard turn 2. And if you watch my Pauper streams, you know I hate this card with a passion. And if I see this turn 2 in Pauper, I'd be so salty, I'd be so angry, I'd be so frustrated and complaining non-stop. But it's not quite as good in Modern. It's way worse than a Swift Spear in my opinion. Swift Spear is doing literally the same, but a little bit more, and comes into play with haste, comes into play for 1 mana less. This might be a pretty big problem though for blue-white red, given the aggressive mana base and that life gain is hard to come by. What kind of life gain can we expect from him? I guess he could be playing what's the card called? Timely reinforcements. Of course there's Lightning Helix, of course, but Lightning Helix, 3 life is not that much. That's just like buying you 1 turn, right? Big life gain. He has Sphinx Revelation, but Sphinx Revelation, you need to get to, I don't know, at least 6 mana for it to be worth costing, right? 2 life is not really something you care about. And the Core Firewalker is not gonna save him here because the Curse is gonna outrace whatever job the Core Firewalker is gonna do. So he needs to draw into Lightning Helix. And he missed a land drop. He missed several land drops. That's really unfortunate. Because maybe he has a Sphinx Revelation in hand, but he doesn't have a lance. Yeah, he needs life gain and he needs it bad. Chaining Electrolyze into maybe Lightning Bolt was also a pretty decent plan since he gains life off of Firewalker. He did hit a land and he shocked himself. Oh, that's pretty good. Not sure why he shocked himself. I think he probably wanted to play something else. He probably has Lightning Helix in his hand. Well, that doesn't make sense. He had to draw the land. And if he had the Wear and Tear before, he would have used it. So he had to draw the land and the Wear and Tear. Yeah, that shock. He could be at 7 right now, is all I'm saying. At least he hit a couple of land drops and Chandra's Phoenix. Wow. Cryptic. Cryptic seems pretty good there, yeah. Goblin Arsonists. Are you serious? I remember this dude from back when Cranko was the deck. I think Cranko for a time was like the best standard deck. And you saw stuff like Goblin Arsonists. Yeah, I think he's probably doing okay now. One Curse of Pure Start he can raise. He's back to 16 life. He hit his land drops a couple times, so he should be doing fine now. His opponent still has 4 cards, which is a little bit scary because he could do something crazy like Ritual, Empty Runs. Can he actually do that? No, but he could do Ritual, Grape Shot. And a Sphinx for 2. Oh, now we might see something. Oh, he can also splice it onto Arcane if he has several rituals. I always forget about the splice. Well, this his grape shards have not been impressive so far. He has even, I mean, he does have a double grape shot, but it's just 5 damage. It's really bad. I mean, this could have been amazing if he had like, as I said, he had like 3 rituals in his hand, or even Even just like 2 rituals and some card draw. Like you ritual, you splice, you do a second ritual, you do some, you draw, maybe you find a land and lightning bolt, play land, lightning bolt, and then grab shot, and you just do a ton of damage. Might even win you the game. But this way, you invested 3 cards and you did like 5 damage. So I can't see Ben losing this. Yeah, especially since he has lethal at this point. And he does win the match. Congrats to him. And we should have pairings for round 2 in a minute. Well, actually, it will be a couple minutes because this is Overdrive and there's usually an intermission. I don't see any more games going on. Is Bloopy disconnected again? No. He's probably just not here at the moment. So he doesn't realize we're done. So I'm gonna put up the deck list so you guys can look at something. I'm gonna pull this to the side. So yeah, intermission was just called, so in 3 minutes we should have new pairings. I'm hoping to not get paired versus you tonight. Oh, no, we're playing. We're playing. We are absolutely playing against each other. Who knows, you might even win. It's not that one-sided. I've lost to blue-white red before. They just need to have like lightning bolt, snapcaster, lightning bolt, electrolyze, lightning helix, and you die. And I don't know, like Vendean click or restoration angel somewhere thrown in, and attack maybe once with colonnade. And it always helps if they mana leak the first room engine or something, or even just remount. It's definitely possible. And this list is probably not that good against control. I mean, look at all these cards. Silent Arbiter, Eugene. They are literally put in here against mid-range. Eugene is horrible, Silent Arbiter is horrible. Yeah, well, Blue White Red Burn is what you have, what has to be your game plan against me. You can't win the control matchup. You have to play. It doesn't necessarily need to be burn, but it needs to be tempo, right? You need to try to apply pressure. You need to try to apply pressure and maybe counter, as I said, one or two threats, one or two key spells, and just keep throwing out important spells that do damage. So we have pairings here. Who am I playing against? I'm playing against Zakra Foe, and I have no idea what he or she is playing. Did I update the thingy? I did. Yeah, it would be okay to face off in the finals. It's been a while since I've been in the finals, I think. I've been doing not so well in Overdrive generally. Usually losing either in the first or second round. If this lasts for another, I don't know, 3 hours, well it won't, but I might play the daily at 7 a.m. So it's the daily which starts in like 3 hours, 20 minutes. Although I'm really feeling like I should wait until Dragon's released, Dragons of Tarkir, because getting Khan's packs is just not value, and we're gonna get new packs then. Another burn, and he has a Goblin Guide turn 1. Well, we beat the odds the last time. But as I said before, if a burn player wins the die roll, and if he has a crazy turn 1 creature, so Goblin Guide or Monsters with Spirit, your odds are you're gonna lose. But oh, he's goblins. He's not burn. He's goblins. Not sure if it makes it better or worse, because I've not played against goblins at all. I think maybe once, like a year ago. I think we don't condescend this. I think we discard the Crucible, because it's probably not doing anything in this matchup. Yeah, look how good a decision keeping that condescend was. Oh, we're obviously gonna put something on the top for the Goblin Guide. Boom. Value. Wow. Wow. Holy. First knowledge, interesting. I'm bouncing this one because it costs more mana. I don't really care about. And yeah, either way, I'm taking 3 less damage, right? But he can replay this right away. And I'm gonna drop this angel, I think. I think Angel's pretty good. He doesn't play that much burn. I think he plays probably replace a lightning bolt and that's it. All the other stuff he plays is probably creatures. So he has 3 lightning bolts left and he needs 2 of them. to get rid of this. So it's very unlikely that he's gonna do that in the next few turns, or like for the next 10 turns even, if you go about it in a statistical way of him drawing 2 lightning bolts. But uh, given that time, we will be able to abuse Mindslaver First Knowledge. We might even get to Mindslaver Lock. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he plays way more burn, but I would think he would be very, very all in on the Goblin plan, and he has a Goblin Grenade apparently. So I was wrong. I think we lead with the first here. See where that gets us. Uh, we can discard lands, right? We can discard islands. So we have 8 here, and this could go to 12. So, but I think Mindsaver Lock shouldn't be our main objective here right now. And I think we don't want to play Mindslaver, because if he has another Goblin Chieftain or like a Goblin Guide and any spell, we lose the game. So I think what we want to do is keep Spellburst or Condescend open, and then next turn we have enough. Next turn we have enough to Mindslaver, to play Mindslaver and activate. Yeah. Do I want to Scry or do I want to Spellburst? I think I want to Spellburst. But I'm not sure if the Scry would have actually been more important. If we Scry a tower, yeah, I think Scry would have been better. Wow, he has another. If we Scry into a tower, we would have had Lock. Silent Arbiter is okay. Yeah. Let's do this. See what he draws. I guess we play this. I could play this in Blowstone, but then I only have 2 mana left and I die to a bunch of things. I could Faithless Looting. Let's do that. Maybe we can discard everything but a land. Oh, this seems pretty good. This seems pretty amazing. Oh wow, we have Lock. 7, 9, 10. No, we need 1 more mana. So I'll play Arbiter here to block this dude and keep Spellburst open. And I'm gonna try to... Oh, he drew a land. Wow, now we have probably at least get to Mindslaver him once more. Then we play Angel Pole. Should I lead with Angel? That has to be even more secure thing to do. And then after we have the Angel, we actually have a win condition on the board. I mean, whatever he's gonna play, we're gonna counter anyway. I mean, unless it's like a creature what we don't care about. Oh, this is a little bit risky. Because he might be having Smash. Well, it's unlikely. It could be... Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I think the safe play is not to tap out. We have the time. We have Spellburst and Angel. And now this turn we can, right? This turn we should. Draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Well, if I counter this, he's just gonna flashbacks or whatever. And now we just Mindslaver him. Why would you not cast this while you had the chance? um, we can set up a Mindslaver lock here, right? I mean, it literally doesn't matter, but we just get 4 lands and then we have Mindslaver lock. Probably should have played Beyond though. But we have Spellburst and then next turn we have Mindslaver lock. What an intense game. I don't even know what to board. Well, Summoning Titan has to go out. Let's start there. Crucible, Noxious. Well, Noxious is okay if we get into Eugene or something like that. And Eugene seems actually okay against them. Maybe Remons. That's what looks like it makes the most sense to me. Womp Engine has to be pretty good. Etherize, I'm not so sure about because of all the haste. Dismember, not so sure about Bottle Gnomes. Or Spell's Guide. Spell's Guide. It does block. It's a decent blocker. Same goes for Bottle Gnomes, I suppose. I don't see how Negate would help us very much. Because he plays so many non-creatures. Yeah, Chalice seems okay. Uh, this is 6 cards. Oh, this is exactly what I have space for. So the things I'm not so sure about basically is these 3 cards. I think these 3 are probably pretty good. Dismember, the life loss is really so annoying, but if he has a Sheaf Tame we need to dismember it. And Bottle Gnomes I'm not so sure about. Noxious is something that I would like to play because if we gifts into Eugene, O Stone, we want to get a Noxious too. So maybe I'll cut this bottle gnomes for the noxious survival. Or fabricate or treasure mage because it's too slow. No, I'm just gonna play it like this. Pretty slow hand, but turn 3. Well, maybe he reveals an island. He doesn't. Turn 3, you were going to be able to repeal spellburst, but that might be too late. Because his first 3-drop is going to resolve. And if his first 3-drop is a chieftain, we probably hurt a lot. Actually, I think I'm going to resolve his Womp Engine now. Oh, I can't. Never mind. Good news is it's not a chieftain. Bad news, it's a bushwhacker. And that's just gonna be like 10 damage. 6, 9, 12 damage, wow. Yeah, we're just dead. Look at the explosive start here. I guess I should have mulled. I knew this was a slow hand, but I wasn't gonna be interacting with him for a long time. I'm just dead, right? He just attacks with everything. I guess we might get some info. But what an explosive start from him. Goblin Guide, Grankus Command, Foundry Street, Bushwhacker. That's what he played. Yeah, come on. Yeah, I like the boarding though. This is a little bit better because we have a decent curve. Turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. Gotta play this turn 1 so we can condescend turn 2. And he starts off with a lightning bolt. That's also very good for us. Creatures are tougher to deal with. Creatures will do more damage. The Goblin Guide will do more damage than a lightning bolt. Oh, come on, play a 2-drop, please. It doesn't. I'm not sure if we want to go proactive and play the Silent Arbiter. I really like Firsting or Spell Bursting. I think this is pretty good because as long as we protect this with Spell Burst, well, he uses a Goblin Grenade right away. Oh, this is a stupid way to tap. I'm gonna first here. Oh wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has to be bottle gnomes or engine. Oh wow. So this turn we wanna play Condescend or Spellburst. Next turn we're gonna be at 5, so there we're gonna play again Condescend or Spellburst. Wow, I really don't know. Bottle gnomes is gonna help us get there, but Wurmkenchen is just gonna win us the game if we do get there. And at 17 life, and he has only 3 cards in hand. Might be very possible that we can get there without bottle gnomes. Especially since we have 2 counters in hand. Oh, I totally forgot that I didn't play a land last turn, so it was definitely the right decision. Because even if we didn't draw this mine, we would have been at 6 this turn. I thought we would have been at 5 mana this turn. But keeping the engine, definitely the right decision, especially now, of course, since we drew this. And we have Condescend and Wurmka engine. So I seriously doubt he can come back from this. So I spent a lot of time thinking about that turn when it was really easy. And I just didn't realize what was going on, but I was still able to play a land. I mean, I knew I was still able to play a land. That's the only reason I played the Thirst Knowledge, so I could find a blue source and have Condescend up or Spellburst. Yeah, we're not upkeep. Getting a blue source seems okay, so we have Snapcast or Contour. I like that. Like drawing a blue source. Do we actually care about this? I don't think we do. I think I'd rather first for knowledge. Right? Wow. Wow. Holy. I could have -1 and -0 to just get rid of these, but I don't see the point. I don't think he can. Even if he has another one of these, he's not winning. He's doing like 12 damage then. Yeah. How much is he doing? 12? 15? No, no, 14, right? One with Eugene. So we played twice against super aggressive decks, and we win twice. That's okay. Oh, he played Stompy last time, I think, and beat us with Stompy, right? I think that was him. So procrastination is still playing. Hang on, how can they still be playing? Didn't we? Oh no, never mind. We played against Polska. So we're 2-0, and next is going to be semifinals, I think. So if we win the next round, we're in the money. And I see Esper control, and this has to be twin. See you in the finals. See you in the finals. Who did you play against? What kind of combo deck is this? Sur the Enchanter? What could he possibly get? Can you get auras? Can you get something like Ethereal Armor and with this? Because if you could, I would get something that gives him hexproof first or shroud. Well, hexproof, and then I would just beef him up, attack and get him E armor, attack, get him another E armor after he got hexproof, of course. But I think he's doing something way more crazy than that. But I just can't think of a converted mana cost 3 or less enchantment that's gonna matter. Jeskai Delver. Hmm. I haven't played Delver in a while. Well, I played Grixis Delver last week, I think. And it seems that his opponent might have a combo next turn. Or he just wants to have a blocker. He's gonna tab Flooded Strand. He did pay 2 lives, so he might have a 1 mana counter. But it has to be Swansong. I can't think of anything else that's gonna stop the twin combo here. But it seems like Wu-Tang doesn't have it. He just flashed this Exarchim because he didn't have anything better to do. Now he's gonna attack. Or maybe he has a Lightning Bolt. That makes a lot of sense, right? If you have a Lightning Bolt, you would attack here. Tap all creatures, draw a card. Ghostly Prison is the thing, I think. But that would be very good against Twin. But, you know, Twin has Cryptic. They can just bounce. So because he tapped the Zur Enchanter, we didn't get to see what he would get. This is so boring to watch, to be honest, if you can't see their hands. It's just a stupid guessing game. Can't even really talk about what lines of play there are or are not available to them, what they could be doing, because we just don't have the information, and that sucks. Probably gonna see Electrolyze here or another Bolt, because a single Lightning Bolt doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah. Look at the time difference, wow. And Wu-Tang is taking some time here too. 7 minutes versus pretty much 17 minutes. That's a huge difference. But he might have had a DC. I played against Twin, I think yesterday or the day before that, with my deck. And I did okay. So I think I would rather play against Procrastination, but I wouldn't mind playing against Twin. Twin can be tough. I'm a little bit scared against Twin all the time because sometimes they just have a turn 4 combo and you don't have a counter in your hand and then you lose. But that's just unlikely. But then when it does happen, it's really annoying. Journey to Nowhere. Wow. Sigil of the Empty Throne. Sphere of Safety. Okay. Why is there a Nick Fuss here? Oh, I understand why it's okay. Yeah. Hmm. He had engineered explosives. I guess he discarded this. The time difference keeps getting bigger. Now it's 5 against 16. If this is not game 3, Wu-Tang is most likely gonna time if he continues to play this way. It's entirely possible to play a whole game in 5 minutes on one side of the clock, but you have to play very fast then. And a Geist of Sandcraft. It's always weird to see these kind of names, especially in Innistrad. It was uh, a very big thing. Oh, we see a twin happen here, and he probably has a counter backup too. So we see Path. Let's see if he has a hard counter. He probably has something like Spell Snare, so or Remand, so he's not hitting Path. He was probably hoping his opponent was gonna Cryptic. Pretty sure he has a Remand. Yeah, well, Remand. Oh, this is actually pretty smart. And that's a blowout. Rip, twin. Away you go. I was talking about the name Geist of Sandcraft, so Geist is not really an English word, is it? Not that I know, but it's a German word basically, and it basically means spirit or ghost, or I guess wraith, or apparition, or specter, or any of these things. And they do this quite a bit, but especially as I said in Innistrad block, they would take German words and put them into their names. It just seems weird when you're German. Steel of the Godhead. Are you serious? Steel of the Godhead. I really like this card. I used to play it in Pauper. Why did he concede? Well, whatever. This round is over and we should have pairings soon. I hope. Is Blippi still here? And players left over. It seems to be Gargamel, Ben, me, and Procrastination maybe? No, well, we know it's Ben, me, and Procrastination. It can't be Wu-Tang. So the fourth person is either Gargamel, Fat Kid Destroyers, great name, or Mundi SV, or Mundisv, Mundisv, whatever his name is. Josh got eliminated. I don't really know what to tell you guys in all this downtime, and I'm a little bit too tired to start a rant on some random topic. So we're just gonna wait it out. Actually, if I play against Ben, we might do something with Skype. Who knows? If he wants to. Semifinals. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna play against this Zoran Tron deck in the semifinals. Procrastination. Would be very fun if it's a blue Tron mirror in the finals. Ah, that would be very fun. Oh, I should have the game up. Here we go. Okay, this seems okay. No turn 2 play, which is not that great, but decent amount of spells, decent amount of lands. First and gifts. Seems okay. He's gonna take first, I would imagine. Everything else doesn't. I mean, he only can take O Stone or first, and O Stone doesn't make a lot of sense. We're so far away from using that. First is gonna draw us into more lands, into more spells. And I was actually planning on discarding Oblivion Stone to first, but I guess he has a Geist in hand. Otherwise, that play just doesn't make a lot of sense. Maybe he has a second Inquisition anyway, and he's gonna take our first now, but again, I don't think taking the O-Stone here, even if you do have Geist, well, whatever. Spreading Seas main though. Yeah, I think I might wanna thirst right now so it resolves. No, because no, never mind. I wanna see what he plays. Maybe wanna repeal. Oh, whatever, do that. I'm not gonna repeal the Spreading Seas, by the way, unless I have Tron. I'm just gonna ignore the Spreading Seas until I have like a Tron plus a bunch of mana, like until I can seriously abuse the turn when I repeal it. Because once I repeal, I only have Tron for one turn. And another Spreading Seas. Okay, you can have it. How many Spreading Seas is he playing main? That's crazy. Okay, let's see. I want to keep the Riemann. I don't really care about the repeal, I think. And the blue source. Trying to think how I'm gonna get rid of his spreading seas now. I mean, repeal wouldn't have really helped. We kind of need to destroy him. Eugene would be good, but if we can play Eugene, we don't really name a non-land card. Let's see what he names. I'm very interested to see what he names. I mean, we can still just bounce it, unless he names Cyclonic Rift, at which point I just don't care. He does name Cyclonic Rift, okay. Not sure what to get here, let's have a look. Better Skull seems okay because we can actually play it next turn. What else? Well, we could get we could get a mine. I like getting a mine. Just get ahead on mana. So I'm gonna get a mine. Yeah, I clicked this. Um, an expedition map, a better skull. We could get Talaria West and Transmute Webway. Cameroon seems good too, though. I like Catamarans. Because if we get the Catamarans, we can get back O-Stone. No matter what he gives us, we're in a great position. I think the worst he can give us is Better Skull Expedition Map. I think the best he can give us is 2 lands. Because then we have Tron plus a Catamarans. That's just gonna be amazing for us. Yeah, he did the right choice there, I think. I like getting the Better Skull down here. Since I was pretty sure he didn't have a counter. Next turn we play Expedition Map. Get a mine. Have Tron. Seems pretty good to me. He's actually helping us out a bit here, because now we're going to be able to cast Sundering Titan next turn. But Sundering Titan is actually not going to be that good against him right now, so maybe we want to wait on that. I think we want to... Maybe I should get a Catamarans? No, we want to get mine, right? So we have 8 mana. I could play Silent Arbiter. And the next turn, at the end of turn, I either bounce or I remount something. And the next turn I replay the Better Skull. I don't really see the point. I think I'm just going to keep the mana open and bounce probably at the end of his turn. I'm not going to bounce and play here. I want to have remount and Spellburst. I don't really care about 2 damage. I would really like to conjure something though. Oh, if he gets another fetch land here. Meddling Mage. What could he name? What does he know? I don't think he knows anything of this. He might know the remount. I like remunning this, forcing him to go fetch. Can we do this? Do we have enough mana? We do. Well, let's try this then. We don't get to bounce, but that's okay. If we lose with Bulber's it's probably okay, because I don't think he will name Sunring Titan. Oh, he does go fetch. Sunring Titan is so good now. What does he have? I don't know. I don't know if he has something amazing that he can get. Well, okay. Since we have enough, we have to do the Mind Slaver first, I think. That will also give us some insight, because I'm gonna attack and look at his library, I think. Unless we can fetch. And if he has Path, we can Path his Meddling Mage and then Cyclonic Rift, and we have a ton of mana. Okay. Wow, do we actually... Do we want to Puff a Meddling Mage? Do we care about this Rift so much? Or do we want to Puff this Enchanter? I don't think we care about the Rift. I think I'm gonna attack with his Zor Enchanter to see what he has. And then decide once I've seen what he can get. So you can get Aegis, you have Hexproof. Well, this provides some protection from Mind Slaver. The Attention Sphere is pretty good. Ruined Halo, also pretty good. Steel of a Godhead just bad. Spreading Seas is pretty good. Yeah, I think... Well, actually, can we abuse this? We can get Detention Sphere and target Meddling Mage, right? Or could Spreading Seas one of his... Detention Sphere has to be the best. Spreading Seas? Well, this has to be even better. Didn't even think about that, but it targets all of them. Okay, and then I get rid of them because he can get a bunch of stuff I don't want him to get. No. Oh, never mind. Oh no, I didn't want to play that. I wanted to play the Inquisition. Oh, we might as well play it live now. Stupid misclick. Okay, let's see. So we're going to start out with Titan. One, two, three. And I'm gonna keep up contours. If he doesn't cast anything, we can first. We can first no matter what, right? If he casts something, we still probably have 3 mana left. Gataxian Probe. Is this worth it? I think it is. We miss the first, but we deny him the draw. I think this is worth it. I'm gonna do this right now, see what we find. Silent Arbiter can go, we don't need that. And we have Lock. So I'm gonna play that. And I think we win. I should play a little bit faster. I mean, it's pretty obvious from now on. Well, same thing is gonna happen again. Since we have enough mana to do a Mind Cyber Lock in our upkeep. Well, don't even have to spend that time. We just attack. Okay. So, dismember against the Zora Enchanter, right? Negate, maybe? I could see Negate happening. Remand doesn't seem to be very good. He does play Cryptic, but most of his spells are pretty cheap. Like two mana spells, 1 mana spells. His Conjure, his Cantrips, his Path. Stuff like Meddling Mage, you don't want to remand stuff like that. So, Negate probably also decent. Squelch might be okay. I don't remember how many Tech and Ghost Quarters we saw. Tech Edge's Ghost Quarters. No, I actually think this is not good enough. No. This is literally just gonna hit fetch lands and Tech Edge Ghost Quarter. And Colonnade activation, I suppose. I've been enjoying the Eugene a lot. I can't really say that it's been super amazing, but it's a lot of fun. That's for sure. It's a huge amount of fun to play with Eugene. And against creature decks, he comes into play and he just wins you the game. You choose -3 or -2, and then you plus, and then you ultimate, and it's just amazing, super amazing. If you could tutor for him, he would be played in every single blue Tron list, I think. So we were talking. Silent Arbiter is not that good. Um, Eugene is probably not that good here. Well, actually, I like Eugene because he does play a bunch of permanents. I have to be fast here. Need to find 3 cards I can. When we were talking about Remand and also Repeal, I think is not so good. So maybe these 3. Remands and Repeals. Maybe actually one more Repeal. Since we're kind of bringing in the Negate instead of the Remands and the Dismember instead of the Repeal. This is a decent hand. Let's see if he Inquisitions. Should be first or Dismember. Dismember only if he has a creature that's important. Yeah, I'm not really worried about spreading seas that much. I'm way more worried about his creatures, and Dismember is just better against them than Repeal. Uh, I, you might be correct though. You know, it's just my gut feeling, I suppose. And I was under time pressure, and I just didn't see anything else. Okay. The classic double Inquisition. So now it surely should be Dismember. I can't see. Well, we could top deck mine. That's always an option, but not taking the Dismember only makes sense if you don't have a creature. Wow. I'm gonna play the blue here to represent that we might have Remand or something. If he knew our last card, it would be better to play Power Plant. Because we could be drawing like a Titan Mine or something. Well, okay, this makes sense that he left us with the Dismember because of his Geist. So he's gonna swing for 6 every turn. I won game 1. Oh boy. I think we're just losing to Geist. The best thing he could do is just attack with Geist, not play anything. Because if he plays something, we're just gonna Remand and hope we find something that can deal with Geist. But we don't really have anything that can deal with Geist.